Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for new Star Wars content every week.
Hey guys, today I have a new fanfiction to share with you. Hopefully you'll find some enjoyment and entertainment from this one, so without further ado, let's get started. What if Count Dooku never left the Jedi Order? We begin right around the events of the Phantom Menace. Jedi Master Dooku has grown tired of the constant charades the Jedi Order takes part in when doing the bidding of the Galactic Republic. After several years of egregious missions in which the Jedi have to clean up the politicians' messes, Dooku decides to enact change from within. He decides to speak to his old master, the wise and powerful Grand Master Yoda. Dooku voices his beliefs on how corrupt the Galactic Senate has become, and explains to Yoda that he doesn't believe he can stay in the Jedi Order. He opens up to his master how he was so close to completely stepping away from the Jedi and reclaiming his title as the Count of Serrano. Yoda appreciated the honesty and asked him why he ultimately stayed with the Order. Dooku pointed out that it was all he had known up to that point. He admitted that he began to have disillusions of the way of the life of the Jedi. Master Yoda agreed that the life of a Jedi can be difficult and unfair, but stated that the Jedi must always act in the name of selflessness and justice. Dooku expressed a desire to follow the Jedi Code, but pointed out that the Jedi Council is nothing but a pawn or tool for the senators and governors to use for their own selfish, greedy interests. He tells Yoda that with the Council's support, he will stay with the Jedi Order if he can truly challenge the corruption in the Galactic Republic. While Yoda is not as politically motivated as his former apprentice, he agrees to back Dooku in his ambitions of rooting out the hidden evils lurking throughout the government. As time goes on, the dispute over trade routes and blockades begin. Supreme Chancellor Valorum orders Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi to travel to Naboo in order to negotiate terms with Nute Gunray of the Trade Federation. Dooku was not having any of it. He pressed the Jedi Council to reject this order from the Chancellor, as he saw it as a trap and a dangerous situation for the two Jedi. Not to mention Master Dooku had a personal investment in keeping his former Padawan Qui-Gon safe from an unnecessary threat. The Jedi Council did not appreciate Dooku's attempt to make the decision for them, especially since he was not on the Council himself. Dooku made the point that he could easily be on the Council if he wanted to be. He states, "The Republic continuously gives the Jedi Council orders, and all you ever do is obey. You never stop and think to question it. After several decades, we've seen countless Jedi end up getting killed thanks to the demands of the Senate. We need to push back. I sense a bigger danger at hand." High-ranking members such as Yoda, Yaddle, and Mace Windu give their support to Dooku, as they tell the Senate to negotiate with the Viceroy on their own. Eventually, a full-scale invasion is launched on Naboo, to which the Chancellor asks yet again of the Jedi for help. Dooku decides to take matters into his own hands, as he and Mace Windu travel to the planet to disrupt the droid attacks. After shoring up the Trade Federation's attempt to disturb peace on Naboo, Dooku was joined by his friend Qui-Gon Jinn in an effort to seek out answers from Nute Gunray. Obi-Wan accompanied the two Jedi as they tried to reach the Federation's control ship. The three land inside the ship where they have a scheduled meeting with Viceroy Gunray and his assistants. Dooku tells Gunray that he suspects someone is secretly helping him in his warlike efforts. The Viceroy denies these allegations, to which the Jedi Master raises several questions. Where did you get this droid army? Why are your motivations violent and reckless? Who would want to even cause more disillusion in the Senate? Nute Gunray became more and more nervous as Dooku confronted him. Eventually, the Count became too frustrated to play games and started to become less friendly. He used intimidation to drive out more answers, even using the Force to coerce intel out of the Viceroy. Eventually, Dooku gets what he was looking for, even if it was just a single name: Sidious. As the Jedi prepared to leave the Federation ship, Gunray orders his droidekas and battle droids to fire blasters and explosives at the Jedi ship as they're leaving. The ship becomes damaged and is in need of parts. Trying to avoid the attacks from the control ship, Dooku, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan end up finding themselves closer to the Outer Rim and have no choice but to land at the closest planet for repairs. They set foot on the sand planet Tatooine, where they end up meeting Anakin Skywalker. This talented young boy helps the trio of Jedi by winning their new ship parts in a pod race. Dooku and Qui-Gon recognize the boy's immense powers, as they agree to take Anakin back to Coruscant to be tested. As they return to the capital planet, Dooku learns that the Trade Federation has continued its invasion of Naboo, endangering the lives of many, including Queen Amidala. This puts pressure on the Supreme Chancellor, as Senator Palpatine of Naboo gains momentum in efforts to unseat Valorum as the new Chancellor of the Republic. Dooku goes to the Council to inform them of a secret ally of the Trade Federation, dropping the name of Sidious. He believes that this could be a Sith Lord, to which the Council denies the Sith could still be in existence. While frustrated with the closed-mindedness of the Jedi Council members, he introduces Anakin to them as they test his abilities. All the Jedi are astounded by the 9-year-old's Force sensitivity. Yoda tells Dooku that he cannot be trained since he is far too old and senses fear in the boy. Qui-Gon and Dooku share their belief that Anakin very well may be the chosen one and will prove to be important if the Sith have indeed returned. Dooku requests that he will train Anakin himself, citing how his experience will help guide the boy as he faces his trials. While most of the council was weary about this, ultimately Master Yoda puts his trust in Dooku to handle this enormous task. The Trade Federation continues the onslaught, forcing Queen Amidala to throw her support behind Senator Palpatine, who is nominated to run against the sitting leader of the Republic. Palpatine promises strength if elected, and Master Dooku takes notice of the political ambitions of this ever-emerging senator. Eventually, Palpatine wins the election and becomes the new Supreme Chancellor. After Dooku called out the Jedi Council's stagnation and blind obedience to the Senate, the Jedi were more willing to oppose the Republic's demands. That is, however, when Valorum was still Chancellor. He was a man who did not have resistance, contrary to the new leader. Palpatine was willing to fight the Jedi on their appeals. He basically started to force their hand by leaning on the sympathy of the Republic's representatives to goad the Jedi Council into doing his bidding. This eventually led to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan being killed by the Sith assassin Darth Maul, after the two Jedi were ordered to protect the Queen on Naboo from the Trade Federation droids. After mourning their deaths, Master Dooku was enraged. He was on the verge of turning to the dark side, but realized that he decided to take on the responsibility of training and raising Anakin Skywalker. So instead, Dooku naturally grew more motivated to unveil the secrets of the Sith. As the next 12 years went on, Anakin and Dooku did everything in their power to find the evil Darth Maul and this phantom known as Sidious. The Trade Federation expanded into the separatist movement as the Republic had now become ever so divided. Dooku questioned more and more the motives of Chancellor Palpatine, who seemed to win over more Republic senators by saying all the things they wanted to hear. Something didn't sit right with Dooku when it came to Palpatine. Could he be aided by the Sith? The Count thought to himself. On the bright side, his apprentice had become a more skilled Force user than most Jedi Council members. Anakin had recently even been awarded the rank of Jedi Knight, as his emotions were in great control thanks to his highly intelligent master. More and more Jedi Masters started to believe and support Dooku's quest of seeking out the mystery of the Sith. Each year, more Jedi Masters and Knights are found assassinated with no trace of evidence. Eventually, Dooku finds out about a secret clone army that was made for the Republic. The cloners claim that Jedi Master Sidious was the one who purchased the army, but Dooku remembered that Sidious was murdered around the same time as Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. He knew it couldn't be him. It must be the Sith, he thought. Dooku and Anakin chase the clone donor Jango Fett to Geonosis, where they find a meeting taking place between the separatist leaders. A dark-cloaked figure leads the ceremonies, along with another individual wearing black robes and a red face. Dooku realizes this is the Sith warrior who killed his apprentice. While instinctively wanting to attack, he takes a second to think it all over. He tells Anakin to contact the Jedi Council immediately, asking for reinforcements since they have just discovered the Sith and must act now. Yoda, Mace Windu, and Ki-Adi-Mundi receive the message and send as many Jedi over to Geonosis to help them. As Sidious goes over his plan of destabilizing the Republic to the Separatists, suddenly a young Jedi Knight drops in from above while igniting his blue lightsaber. Anakin tries to strike down Darth Sidious from above, but is blocked by the dual-bladed red lightsaber held by Darth Maul, who stops the attempted assassination of his master. Anakin begins to duel the apprentice of Sidious, as Jango Fett starts to fire his blasters at the Jedi. While Anakin is able to defend both Maul and the bounty hunter for a short time, he is immediately helped by his master, who also drops in to fight alongside his former Padawan. Dooku takes on Jango Fett as the Mandalorian uses his jetpack to create distance and fire missiles. Dooku uses the Force to catch his rocket and proceeds to throw it back at him. This causes Jango to fall to the ground as his jetpack explodes while it's on his back, effectively killing him. The Jedi Master then joins in to fight Maul with Anakin, until Sidious electrocutes both Jedi after watching all this go on. He laughs as he grows overconfident in his control of the situation. While Sidious knew both Anakin and Dooku were as strong as any Jedi alive, he believed that him and Maul would have no problem killing them. If only they were taught the ways of the Sith, they too could be as powerful as him. But alas, they were pathetic Jedi in his eyes. Just before Darth Sidious gives Maul the order to execute Dooku and Anakin, a huge team of Jedi Masters invade the secret Separatist meeting room. Yoda, Mace Windu, Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, and Ki-Adi-Mundi were all present as they surround the Sith. Darth Maul tries his best to aggressively attack the army of Jedi, but is met with a quick death as Master Windu beheads the evil apprentice with his purple lightsaber. Sidious tries to shock as many Jedi with Force lightning to enact an escape plan. At first, he is able to create enough space to start running, until Master Dooku along with Anakin begin to force pull the maniacal Sith Lord back into the fray. Dooku pulls his hood down to reveal his true identity. "It was you, Chancellor Palpatine, all along? You were the Sith who orchestrated this galactic mess?" Dooku yelled. "I should have never underestimated you, Dooku. I knew you weren't like the other dogmatic Jedi. Of course you would do your best to uncover the truth. You're very fortunate that your band of Jedi friends came to rescue you. This is not over," Palpatine replies. "Over it is, Chancellor. No longer your deception holds influence. Tried and convicted for your crimes, you will be," Yoda tells Sidious. The Dark Lord gives an evil smirk to the Grand Master, as the Jedi formally arrest the Chancellor and put the Sith Lord in handcuffs. Sidious is transported to Coruscant, where the Senate is informed of Chancellor Palpatine's treachery. He is imprisoned, as the Jedi Council has major influence on who to appoint as a new leader. Although they pick a candidate to succeed Palpatine, an election still takes place to ensure democracy. The Senate eventually votes for Jedi Master Dooku to become the new Supreme Chancellor, as his efforts were crucial in foiling Sidious's evil plot to drive the Republic into galactic civil war. Dooku enacts the clone army into a police force for the Republic, in charge of handling disputes on all systems when they arise. While everything seems to be going well for the Jedi, a huge explosion topples the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Many Jedi are killed, including Yoda, Anakin, and Mace Windu. This devastates the Republic, as they feel unsafe after this massive terrorist attack. Chancellor Dooku knows exactly who is responsible. He goes to the former Chancellor's prison cell to find a smiling Palpatine. Dooku ignites his lightsaber as he stabs the Sith through his throat with pure hatred in his eyes. Palpatine dies, but his evil spirit corrupts the soul of Dooku, who turns to the dark side over the deaths of his former master and apprentice. Finally, after restructuring the Republic to end the corruption and injustice in the galaxy, Supreme Chancellor Dooku unfortunately falls into darkness as Sidious and the Sith live on in his body. Dooku becomes a true Sith oligarch in the most powerful position in the universe, believing that his rule and his rule only will bring true peace and justice to the galaxy. And that is what would happen if Count Dooku never left the Jedi Order? I had a blast writing this one, and I'm really curious to see what you all think about this. Did you like it? What would you have changed in your version of this what if? Whatever your opinions are, go ahead and post a comment below. Also be sure to force push the like button if you enjoyed today's video. I will be back with a new what if video very soon, so until then my friends, may the Force be with you.